Hello, I'm Philip Stoten. I'm here at Apex 2019 on the Scoop Studio, and I'm joined by Subodh from CyberOptics. Thanks for joining me. Always a pleasure to chat.
Good to see you again, Phil.
What kind of market trends and demands are you seeing at the moment for your products?
The market's going through some very exciting changes right now, and fundamentally what is happening is the semiconductor back end of semiconductor industry and the SMT industry are starting to merge. And a lot of it is being driven by very high-end electronics as well as semiconductors and what's going on. Stacking of chips is happening, components obviously are getting smaller, silicon surfaces and reflective components are beginning to play a role now in electronics. So some exciting things are changing the way electronics industry needs to adapt going forward.
Yeah. And that kind of merge of those two areas, and we're seeing that in the kind of semi-industry, the OSAT industry, the EMS industry at the same time. What does that mean in terms of not just challenges but opportunities for you to provide equipment, because you've got experience in both sectors?
Absolutely, and anytime there are challenges, it creates opportunities for the advanced companies doing advanced technologies, and that's what we thrive on. So what it is creating is a real need for true 3D measurements, not just optical inspections, but optical measurements at high speeds as well. And that's where we come in with our MRS, the multi-reflection separation 3D sensing technology. It is faster and more accurate than any other 3D conventional technologies that you see on the show floor over here. And we are seeing all kinds of exciting opportunities where customers are coming to us because they need the speed, they need the accuracy, they need the resolution. And that's really what we are going after right now.
Yeah, and I guess the importance there is just not taking an image, a snapshot, but it's actually being able to take measurements and derive data that can be actioned.
Exactly as you said. I mean, people don't want just inspection and a pass-fail report. Many people can do that and they don't know what exactly it means. What they really need to know is point-to-point distance, line-to-line distance, datum to center distances, and they really are asking questions that historically electronics industry or even the back end of semiconductor industry never really bothered to ask. Yeah. But now they're getting into the XYZ measurements and what does it mean for my process? If the measurement is not right, what do I feed back to my process and how do I control my process better? So all kinds of exciting things are going on in the industry right now.
Yeah, and that data is, I guess, going up into a MES system.
Usually.
Yeah.
And that's where AI programs come in, and that's where our automation basically is coming in.
Yeah, yeah. And what's interesting when I look at that kind of moving line between back end and SMT, are you finding the companies that were in back end are looking into SMT, or the companies that are mainly in SMT are seeing the opportunity in back end?
From what I have seen, there's a little bit of both. I mean, I definitely see some back end companies coming into the SMT. At the same time, I do see some SMT companies going into back end. Historically, companies that have played in the back end have played with higher resolution, higher accuracy, but a lot higher price point. Yeah. And SMT price points are a lot lower, but the resolution and accuracy is not as good as the back end. So there is a little perception issue as well. Yeah. When SMT industries go to try to play in that market, the expectation from customer is a lower price point. Yeah. But if you're coming from the semiconductor back-end side, the price points seem to be a little higher.
Yeah, they're interesting contrasting industries, and they're certainly contrasting industries in terms of their own margins as well, aren't they? So that gives them some of the challenge.
Yeah, and what's going to happen is the merge is already started. And you can see companies like Camtech and Rudolph and even KLA Tencor, who's in the process of buying Orbotech right now. Yeah. That's a clear sign of what's going on in the industry. Yeah. But in future, you will see all kinds of industries trying to compete for this explosive marketplace. What we are focused on is the need. The exciting thing from my viewpoint is the customers really are Fortune 100 companies, the high-end smartphone companies, the high-end electronics manufacturing companies, or the semiconductor fabs. And if you ask them, they are not happy with any solutions that are available today. So the need is there. There's a urgent issue right now, and neither the semiconductor industry nor the SMT industry has been able to solve those problems today. Okay. So that's where I view that this is a fertile ground for many of us who can go there.
Yeah, and it's a real opportunity for you, particularly with expertise in both areas.
Exactly.
Thanks so much for stopping by. Absolute pleasure to chat as always, and enjoy the rest of the show.
Thank you.